Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sampurasun. Hello everybody, my name is Titing Kartika and my team of research are Professor Ratih Huryati and Dr. Henny Hendrayati. First of all, I would like to say thank you for the opportunity to have a presentation in the 6th Global Conference of Business Management and Entrepreneurship conducted by Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. My result of the research is titled about creating tourism experience, Orchestra Model approach, tourism village management perspective. The outline of presentation consists of 4 parts. They are introduction, literature review, methodology, result, and discussion. And the introduction are what tourism experience. Tourism experience is very important to achieve the long-term tourism management. And the rural tourism, right now, the rural tourism development in Indonesia is part of the national program and also supported the SDGs goal UN WTO. So that's why I'm taking this area since the rural tourism development in Indonesia is now become national priority. The purpose of the study is to find out how the tourism destination manager can develop components that can be the tourist experience. The locus of research is Tourism Village Ciburial in Kabupaten Bandung. There is a map distribution of rural tourism potency area in Indonesia. If we see the spreading the potency here, there are about 1,734 areas based on the data Indonesian Ministry of Village Development and Transmigration 2019. Like we see here, there are some provinces has different potencies. Sumatra, let's say, there are about 355 desa or kelurahan or rural tourism potensi. And also Kalimantan, Sulawesi, Papua, Maluku, Nusa Tenggara, Jawa, and Bali. So most of the potency belongs to Jawa and Bali. Is about 857 villages. For the literature review, there are some theories and concepts that I took. The first one is talking about tourism and also the tourism village and tourism experience and orchestra model. Why I choose orchestra model? This is one the method how to analyze this. The tourism experience is developed. This is the tourism experience orchestra model that developed by Pierce 2019. There are about 5 components here: sensory component, affective, cognitive, behavioral, and relationship component. So my research is analyzing how the tourism experience developed and also conducted by the tourism destination manager in Ciburial based on the 5 components here. The methodology is using descriptive qualitative based on the model of orchestral that introduced by Pierce 2011. And then there are the process of collecting data consists of observation, interview for the community village administrator and also the other stakeholders. And also I'm doing the literature review for some theory and concept to make me strengthen about the concept regarding to the tourism experience. So how about the result actually? I would like to share you about the situation in Ciburial Tourism Village. That's one of tourist village in Bandung Regency, West Java, under the decree of Regions of Bandung number 55642/2011 concerning the destination of tourism villages in Bandung Regency area. Ciburial Tourism Village has tourism potential, both natural, historical, and cultural. And this is the table that shows summary of the development of the orchestra model tourism experience. Okay, based on the model of orchestra, sensory, affective, cognitive, behavior, and relationship, and also we found that some things or some component already developed, but some of them haven't done yet. Like example here, the sensory. Sensory is talking about the experience of tourists, include the involvement of sense, what they seen, heard, felt, and touched. Okay, how the manager or the tourism village manager manage this aspect, like here, the availability of natural scenery with natural village manses, and also the visitors can enjoy the Karindi musical instrument appearance. They also can enjoy the local culinary presentation, like the what is it, the local culinary like talanti, tofu, and honey. And for the components of affective, meaning that the process of creating experiences from the aspect of taste and emotion, the manager is designing how the tourist can feel the affected thing, like in the combination of the natural atmosphere from the other facilities. Maybe they cannot feel what in the city view, but in Ciburial, they can feel something differently. And then for the cognitive meaning what knowledge and learning experience tourists get. The management is sharing about how the farming education experience in understanding local culture supported by art and the other element, and also experience making local specialties of Chiburia. Okay. And then the food model, food component, that's about behavior and attitude. What the activities can be done while they're traveling, like the introducing the organic gardening, taking photo, hiking, biking, local food making, manufacture of local handicraft products. And the last one is relationship. Here is the tourist interaction with the local communities, tourists and tourism service providers. The management create how to make the experience for the tourist or the visitor, like how the homestay facilities and how the interaction between local guide with the tourists, like when they are visitors in organic farmers, and the tourism interaction in the other places. Okay. So what are the results? There are two important results that referring to the concept of creating experience that are very individual and subjective. In the other words, by providing the same facilities in a destination, the value will be felt differently. However, the most important thing about developing this concept is not looking for a common experience from each person, but how each component of the experience will be embedded in each tourist's mind. The conclusion are, number one is the manager of the Ciburia Tourism Village has provided various facilities to support the tour experience. Components have been fulfilled include aspects of sensory, affective, cognitive, behavior, and relationship as a fulfillment of the orchestra model in creating tourism experiences. And the second one is the tourist experience is individual and subjective. Thus, although the management has provided supporting facilities for the formation of tourist experiences with an orchestra model, in reality, this does not necessarily mean that it can fulfill the needs and be the holistic experience for tourists. So it's very interesting finding actually for this research that everybody will have different experience based on what comes to their mind from the perspective of their, what is we can say, affective, cognitive, and behavior. So the manager or tourism destination manager should think and pay attention more to that aspect, how to create the tourism experience, so it come to their memory and they will come back to destination. Okay, I think thank you for the time. Okay, thank you very much for the appreciation. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.